Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer software testing interview question 384. That is, how to differentiate a performance defect or a UI defect, or whether it is a UX defect or whether it is a code API level defect. Okay, you may get a defect, guys. Okay, you may identify a defect in the software, but to which category the defect belongs to, whether that particular defect that you identified belongs to performance category or it is caused due to the UI. Okay, there is a problem in the UI, but that's the reason the defect has come, or the user experience related defect, or the problem is there at the API layer. Okay, that is code API defect. So how to differentiate a defect and how to make sure that it falls into any of these categories. So that's what I'm going to explain in this session. For this, I'm going to use an example, guys. Okay, I'm going to give an example so that you can understand and differentiate what is a performance defect. Okay, once you get a defect, whether it is a performance or UI or UX or code API, okay, you can find it out. Okay, for example, guys, okay, I'll take you to this Amazon.com page. So let's say when you load Amazon.com, let's say this search icon is there, right? Or search button or whatever you can call this. Okay, this UI element is coming. Let's say this UI element is not immediately coming. Okay, after some time, after a lot of time, after all the elements are appeared at the end, if you are getting this particular search UI option, okay, but it is coming with a delay, guys. Okay, or it's coming with a delay, or sometimes it's not coming also. Okay, in some cases this such option is not coming yet. Okay, or in sometimes it is taking time to display this particular thing. In that case, the problem is with the performance. Okay, it's not a problem of the UI, guys. Okay, UI is proper only. Okay, the HTML code that is developed for building this for developing this particular search functionality option, and the CSS use and everything is fine. But thing is, when you open this application, since many users simultaneously are using this Amazon.com, there may be a possibility where if there is a performance problem in this application, which is unable to handle the user load or whatever it is, because of that situations, okay, you may get this option with a delay, or sometimes the option may not come. That is a performance defect. Okay, then you can consider the defect as a performance defect. It's not a UI defect. A lot of people, they get confused. If this option is not coming, they'll report the defect as a UI defect. On the UI, the search option is not coming, they'll report. That is not the correct thing. Okay, the defect may be because of performance. Okay, with a delay this option is coming, or the option is not at all coming because of the performance problems. So you have to consider the defect into and push the defect into the performance category. Okay, when you can call a defect as a UI related defect, you see maybe the font problem. Okay, this search icon which is displayed on the search option is more than its size, or the alignment is not proper. This the option is coming, the UI element is coming, but you see the alignment of the search option along with this particular text box field or these options is not proper. Okay, it's up and down or something, and it's kind of distorted where you see it's kind of blurred or whatever it is. Okay, such kind of things, such kind of things you can consider as a UI defect. Okay, on this UI element, if there are any spelling mistakes, if in case this particular doesn't apply for the spelling mistakes, if there are any spelling mistakes or the text is going outside this element, then you can consider the defect as a UI defect. Okay, the HTML code or CSS stylings that are applied to this particular defect are not properly done, so that is a UI defect. Okay, it's coming, option is coming, but with some UI related problems, graphical user interface problems, like wrong color has come, or wrong icon has come, or text is going outside, overlapping is there. So very big checklist is there for the UI defect. Then the next one is UX defect. UI and UX are both are different, guys. UI stands for user interface, whereas UX stands for user experience. Okay, the UI is not a problem, the performance is not problem, but users are not using it, or users experience wise, experience of the users, according to the psychology of the users, they are unable to focus there. They are just searching on the page where exactly is this search option. Okay, they're unable to find it out, or they are unable to find out this how many items are added to the cart. Okay, so here if you see Amazon.com, the search option and this 0 are highlighted. They are highlighted in orange color, and which is orange color is the main part of this Amazon logo, as you can see here. Whatever the important things they are highlighting in orange color. So here user has an experience that this is important and this is important. What elements are there in the cart, and which option I have to use for search for the elements. Okay. So it's like it's a part of experience. For example, if I go to one of the screen and okay, what are coming here? Okay, different options are coming here. That's okay. Maybe you see this particular image is also having some portion of orange color, and when this kind of image is there and here also orange is there, you may report an user experience defect saying that when this particular image is displayed, the user is unable to focus on the search option. The UI is correct. The HTML code written and CSS is correct, and it's loading very fast. Okay, the option is coming fast, but the problem is related to the experience when the user is on this page and when this image is displayed with the search option, right? The user is unable to focus on the search option. Okay, the focus is more on this image rather than the search option. But ultimately, as part of the psychology of the users or as per the required behavior of the users should focus on the search option. In that case, you can report an user experience defect. Okay, it's all about experience. How better the users are able to experience the application while using. Okay, there is no UI defect, but experience wise, it can be made better. It can be in a proper position or proper color. Maybe this image color can be changed according to the psychology of the users. Maybe different image can be used here. Oh, that can be the UX related, user experience related. Okay. So in the previous sessions also of this video series, I explained about the difference between UI and UX. You can refer that if you want to get more idea than what I explained in this session. So last one is code API defect. You see, the problem is there is no problem with the UI, there is no problem with the UX, there is no problem with the performance. But the problem is when I click on this button, the search is not happening. When I click on this button, here search functionality is working, right? Some search results are coming. But when you click on this button, search button, when I click on this button, nothing is happening. Okay, this option is not working. Some people may think that, okay, there is a UI defect, so I am unable to, when I click on that, that is not coming. But ultimately, what happens when you click on the button? This option, when you click on this option, what happens? In the background, an API call will be made to the server. Okay, in the background, an API request will be sent to the server, and on the server, whatever the web service code related to this search option is there, right? That code will run, and that code after running, it will contact the database will retrieve the data that need to be displayed on the page, whatever the product details, names and all, and it will send it back to the server, and server will process the request and send it back to the client, and our browser will be able to render all the search results here. Okay, whatever the term I provide here, okay, that will be sent along with the request, API request. When I click on this button to the server will process the request and send the response according to the, for example, if I am searching for laptop here, okay, and click on the search button. If search button is working here, all the list of laptops are coming because, okay, this laptop term is traveling along with the request to the server. Server is processing that appropriate code, application code that is running in the server, and that code will reach the database, and database will display all this. Database will give you all these items back to the server, and server will send a proper response in HTML, CSS, JavaScript format, and send it back to the client. Then the client side, that is my laptop or something, the browser will render this the received response, okay, and display the appropriate results in the search results page. This is what happens. But if you click on the search button, okay, the UI is good, the user experience is good, the this option came on time. But the problem is this option is, when I click on this option, it is not working. So then you have to see, inspect this option and see, inspect this option and go to the network tab, guys, and clear the stuff, and go to network tab, clear this stuff, and click on this and see if any request, this kind of request is going or not. Let's see. Okay, you see with the laptop thing, a request is being sent to the server, whether this request is happening or not. If it is not happening, the defect falls into the code API, code level defect or API level defect. Okay, the button is there, but functionality is not working. Okay, so that is related to the API, guys. Okay, API, you can categorize the defect into the code API. So hope, guys, you understood what is the difference between a performance defect, UI defect, UX defect, and code API level defect in this session. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to answer another software testing interview question for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.